This week 2 fantasy pump and dump and Thursday night football props edition of the Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SMALLS. We have 25% off everything in the merch store. Promo code football. Make sure to check out Stephie Smalls Show merch. Let's yap.
Stephie tucks balls, betting it all on the power bottom falls top drop the football. Like hopes they've been teasing, they're missing the fall season. ACL twisted, bank account freezing, but Smalls cut the shots like some Oracle reading. Leaderboard rising while the slot machine's ringing. She's slinging player stats like Nostradamus. $100 bills raining down upon us.
Worst day of the week, but we're here. Week 2, it has officially started. Up first, we're going to have our good friend Frank Ammirante come on, little fantasy waiver wire action, some cap and yap about this Thursday night football game. And then producer Ryan will come on. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about our millions entry and just some unnecessary chaos. So without further ado, we have Frank Ammirante. How's it going, Frank? It's been a minute. How's the NFL season treating you so far?
What's up? Great to be back. Perfect timing, like you said off air. Commanders Giants game. That's my team. For those who don't know, it's a great time. The NFL season back.
Yeah.
Best time of year.
Especially when your team looks good. Any big takeaways from that? Other than the Giants suck. Any big takeaways? I guess from your team more than anything, because I don't know that there's much to take away from the Giants there.
Well, you had to love how Deebo Samuel looked. I mean, there was questions that maybe Deebo could be potentially washed, but that did not look like the case at all. Love how Cliff Kingsbury's using him. If you got Deebo in fantasy late as a wide receiver 3, he looks pretty rock solid. Not to say he's going to be the Deebo of old, his huge years, but like rock solid piece to your roster.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hearing a lot of this, and we'll talk about the Commanders a little bit more when we get into the Thursday night football game that is coming up here. Waiver wire, how this is the worst week 1 waiver wire that we've ever had. Like, I don't think it's as bad as everyone is like kind of alluding to. Who, as far as running backs go, are you kind of either like when people are asking you who they should pick up, is there one that's standing out to you?
Well, in most leagues, no. But if you're in a league where Bashul Tudin or Dylan Sampson are still available, obviously those are smash pickups. But most leagues, they were drafted. Obviously, the Tank Bigsby trade helps Tudin out. But aside from those, no, not really any running back pickups in like your regular competitive league. But there is one at another position that I really like to grab. Want me to get right into that?
Yeah, why don't you? Let's hear it.
Perfect timing with George Kittle being out for 5 weeks now. Harold Fannin on the Cleveland Browns, the rookie tight end. He looked fantastic in his NFL debut. They moved Fannin all over the field. He had 9 targets, 7 catches. I know David Njoku's there, but I mean, Joe Flacco dropped back 46 times. They're going to be playing from behind, pass heavy. They play Fannin and Njoku on the field together. So that is a perfect replacement for you if you lost George Kittle. If you're in a fab league and you lost Kittle, put on the higher end of a bid. Yeah. Get close to 20%. Don't be afraid to splurge, because what often happens if you end up saving your money, you get to week 10, 11, and you have all this money left and you have no one to spend it on. So don't worry too much about that. The NFL season's a sprint, not a marathon. Don't save your fab.
Yeah, and especially with him, like this is one where you'll hear a lot too with, the ads, just like kind of Band-Aid ads, and then someone that can be sustainable for the whole season and kind of get you down that stretch, when we start talking playoff season. Obviously that's far away, but Fannin is the perfect example of that. I know Juwan Johnson is very popular. I get it. Like, I mean, you look at his route participation, 11 targets. There's a lot to like there, especially with the upcoming schedule, but he's also someone that I could see you only getting, those next 4 or 5 weeks of like some nice floor, maybe a little bit of ceiling there. Whereas like Fannin might get you stuff down in the long term as well.
Yeah, that's what I love about Fannin, because like you said, he's got that combination that he could patch a hole for you with Kittle in the short term with Flacco starting. And then what if he's just really, really good? Like Fannin
Right.
had a phenomenal final year in college. He set records. Like this is a
Yeah.
rookie. The upside is just much larger. I know Juwan Johnson's a bit appealing, but I like to swing for that rookie who looked phenomenal in his debut.
Absolutely. Any thoughts on Kyle Pitts? I know he's available still and couldn't get there. I don't know. Again, another thing I understand, I see the argument for, but like, it's too painful, Frank. It's too painful.
Yeah, I see. Like he looked all right, and Penix is dropping back. He's a pocket passer. That's good. It's just that since Fannin is there, I'm making Fannin the priority. If Fannin was not, maybe I'd take a shot on Pitts if I lost Kittle. But I get it. Like Pitts has frustrated us. We need to see a little more before we start buying back in and getting excited.
If you're in a league where Bretton Strange is still available, I think he's an interesting option as well. Running back wise, I will mention some names quickly. Again, this all depends on like your league, what the like if Tyrone Tracy, and I'm not going to say a lot of nice things about the Giants. If Tyrone Tracy is still available in your league, he is the workhorse here. 72% snap share, 66.7% of the RB rushes. Like Scadaboo, I think everyone's very excited for. He ran 4 routes compared to Tracy's 31. I think we see Cam turn into like maybe this goal line back, and maybe he's taking away if they can even get touchdowns, because I don't even know if that's a thing. But I think he's a nice stash if Andrew Thomas is able to come back, because there is that potential down the stretch for him. Trey Benson's another one. He's handcuffed to a 30-year-old back. So I think he's someone that's interesting because he might have standalone value too if he can get closer to that like 10 touches a week. So he's another bench stash that's kind of interesting, like what we saw out of him this week. What about quarterbacks? Is there any quarterbacks for people? I mean, JJ McCarthy has presented an interesting case for himself last night, especially with that rushing. He showed he will move his legs, he will run, he will take off, and they were giving him the RPO option there. So
yeah, so quarterback's a little trickier because in a lot of leagues, even my own competitive ones with friends, like everyone likes to just roster one quarterback a lot of the time. So you see on free agents, there's some really good quarterbacks available.
Yeah.
So it depends on your league, but I'll pick one that's maybe not as available, like a JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
And then one who's in a deeper league. So I like picking up McCarthy. Look at his next 2 weeks. I believe it's against the Falcons and
there's
another home game.
Yeah, Atlanta and Cincy at home, and then 2 internationals. So he doesn't play on like a true like on the road game for quite a bit here. Then he has a bye, whatever week that is. Yeah,
like you said, McCarthy ran a bit. I mean, eventually Jordan Addison's going to be back. Hopefully Christian Darrisaw, the left tackle, is back. That could help him because his absence was certainly felt yesterday.
Absolutely.
I came into the season really liking McCarthy playing with Kevin O'Connell. So, I mean, obviously the first half was bad, but I'm still not going to back off that. McCarthy is a good pickup. If you're in a like deeper league and you want to stash, I mean, I hate to do this to you because it's a former Giant, but Daniel Jones looked good too. Like he has the mobility. Shane Steichen's a good coach. There's a lot of weapons there. Pittman looks healthy again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most leagues you're not going to really want to start Daniel Jones, but if it's one of those really deep ones and you need,
if you're like a 14-man or something, and you're kind of in a bad spot, or you have Brock Purdy because he doesn't look like he's trending towards playing this week. So again, that depends on how deep your league is there. Michael Penix is kind of interesting too, especially more towards the second half of the season. You see like he has a lot of favorable matchups there against some poor teams, or at least like potential shootout games there. He's not as eager to take off, I think, as like someone like JJ McCarthy is. But he is available, it seems like, at least in a lot of Yahoo leagues. What about wide receiver here? Because I think there's some interesting options. You're gonna hear a lot of booty, a lot of Hollywood. Hollywood is one of those examples of like a little bit more of like a Band-Aid, because when Rashid does come back, the expectation is he takes those targets right back.
Yeah, so I was gonna say Hollywood Brown just for the Band-Aid, because honestly, like he had that nice game, but it's not like he looked that great, and Rice is gonna be back soon. You could take a shot on Quentin Johnston. He had that big game, and maybe you hope that the Chargers keep passing it at the rate that they did in week 1. I mean, I could see them running a little more in other games. Maybe they were just going extra aggressive playing the Chiefs, but we'll have to see. So, yeah, Quentin Johnson is worth it. Keyshawn, you mentioned Booty. Yeah, he looks good. That's 3 out of 4 games that he's done well. For me, it is a bit of a dry waiver run.
Sure.
I like Harold Fannin the most. What I do want to suggest is this is the perfect time to wait till the waivers go through and see if your league mates hastily dropped anyone who did nothing. Like Caleb Johnson, I'm not going to say he's going to do much the next couple weeks.
But still,
if you have room on your bench, you could get him as a stash. If someone drops him and sees like he barely touched the ball, Caleb Johnson might be worth exploring.
Yeah, I'm so with you on that one. Wide receiver wise, I think again, like it all depends. It's all league dependent here. Some other names, wide receiver. I mean, most people that have listened to this show for, as long as I've like had a podcast, this was a while ago when I was still at Champions Round and I went to the Senior Bowl. Like Calvin Austin has always been someone as a prospect that I was absolutely in love with. Like that is my little demon. I was so excited to see him getting the opportunities. We know how Aaron Rodgers is. Like once you get a good rap with him, that's good in my book that he's probably going to get you the ball again. I think he can fully be that wide receiver too. There was a lot of questions around who that would be. He had 6 targets, 4 receptions, 70 yards, 1 touchdown, 17 fantasy points, great hands. I think he's an interesting add. He's a nice flex option there. And then some other ones, Cedric Tillman, and then Umanor is very.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
very interesting. Very interesting. I just I put in a couple claims for him. I think he's a nice stash. I think the opportunity is going to be there. They love him. Like a lot of, and I'm not really a coach speak. I don't really need to be because you even look like he's on the field. 82% of routes, 37% first read share, like 23rd in route win rate. Like you look at any number, it looks better, and so does the tape than the stat line will tell you. And I think that as we get closer and closer to, deeper into the season, he's going to prove to be a nice stash here.
Yeah, quick stat on him. He had 130 plus air yards in week 1.
Crazy.
So they were really targeting Umanor, or however you say it, my bad. Like down the field, they just couldn't connect, but they were clearly trying to get him the ball, so that's encouraging too. Definitely like him as a pickup.
Yeah, Cedric Tillman's probably, I think I said him already. And then honestly, like again, nothing that exciting going on with the New York Giants, but if you're in a super deep league, Wandell got a lot. He was getting a lot of looks there. So like if you need some flex and a little bit of floor, it seems like they're still going to be targeting him quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you're in a full PPR, when he gets those underneath looks, Robinson could help round out your bench.
Yeah. I struggle to drop people this early on because I think if I drafted them, I want to give it like a little bit unless they've got Is there any like obvious drop for you?
Yeah, I'm like you. Like I don't want to do it right away. I trusted in who I drafted. But the thing is, like if you get in a situation where, maybe you drafted Tyjae Spears and you're stashing him and he's hurt. Maybe you lost Kittle. So you're losing players. You sometimes just got to let go.
You got to go.
One of them that I like that I just had to drop is Trey Davis on the Chargers. And just because I know he can make an impact later in the season, but right now he's just totally buried. Didn't get a lot of snaps, clearly behind Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston. So that was a league where the waivers did an extra run. It's a weekly league that they do it Saturday night, and I grabbed Harold Fannin before the game to see, and it worked out nicely. Point is, like, you can't just if you need that roster space, you can't be. You got to drop some players that you like if they're not having a role yet.
Yeah, gosh, it's hard. And one thing I would say is like, I would probably chill out with like dropping anyone that you drafted early on, because you're going to regret that at some point. Like I would take a second before you're dropping guys that you took in some of those earlier rounds, unless obviously it's an injury and you don't have an IR spot or something like that. Before we answer some of these listener questions, we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to place bets on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. I've mentioned this before. Daniel Jones looked fantastic, and we love that for him. He also was barely pressured. I think Bo Nix and the offense didn't look great, but their defense did look great. The Dolphins defense is a disgrace to the game of football right now. That's not what the Colts are be facing this year. So I think Broncos -2.5, -110 is a nice look here. And this is a letdown spot for the new public darlings in their, whatever they call him, Indiana Jones. Welcome to the Daniel Jones experience. We'll see how that goes for everyone. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SMALLS for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SMALLS. NFL is back on rhythm. Last season, rhythm was 76 and 66 ATS. They really shined on player props, 13-5 on Tyreek Hill props for 31% ROI. That's not too shabby. Rhythm also has MLB, WNBA, golf, and college football. Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you could win $1,000. Get your 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And I like the Panthers Cardinals under 44.5 -108 has a 54.8% win probability. Let's take a look at some of these listener questions here. Where are they? Right here. Okay. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay. Hollywood Brown, Tillman, or Booty need a wide receiver to replace Worthy. And this comes from B. Ken Arb.
For me, especially since you lost Worthy, it just fits perfectly. Go for Brown. He just slots right in. You saw those targets. What do you have? 16. Should be another game where they have to pass a lot against the Eagles. It's not like they'll be like controlling that and playing the lead all game. So yeah, Hollywood Brown's the priority there.
Absolutely. This comes from G Swizzle 2K22. Are Javonte Williams and Travis Etienne here to stay or sell high candidates?
Well, that's a great question.
It's a really good question. I was high on Etienne all off season. Nice. So I'll let you take this one here because I'm not victory laughing yet, but I was very happy after week 1.
Yeah, so I was not in on Etienne, and I'm willing to give in there. Like, he looked great. He looked like he had his burst back. He looked explosive. Yeah. Etienne makes you wonder, like, he must have played injured last year. He didn't have kind of burst. I mean, like, you see that they're banged up, but sometimes you don't get fully revealed just how injured some of these players are playing through. So Etienne for me is more of the hold out of the two between Etienne and Javonte because, like, he looked explosive. And I know Bashul Tudor is there, but we saw with Liam Cohen with the Bucks for much of last year, both running backs had value, both Rashad White and Bucky Irving. So even if Bashul Tudor emerges, I think Etienne will still carry value. And the upside is that Etienne just keeps really having the predominant role throughout the year. And then you got like maybe a high end RB2 or not more. So holding him, looking to sell high on Javonte Williams, just because unlike Etienne, it's not like Javonte Williams was looking like so efficient or so great on the ground in week 1. He just plunged in the end zone with 2 1-yard runs. Yes, Javonte was on the field a lot. But it's week 1. Jaden Blue's a rookie. These rookies we've seen get eased in. Like Devon Achane in his rookie year was a healthy scratch. So I'd look to try to trade Javonte Williams out of the two, but hold Travis Etienne.
And if you're going to move Williams, I'd wait until after he plays the New York Giants.
That's true. Great point.
What I would do. I would wait until after this week, let him run all over the New York Giants, and then try to move on from him if you're going to do that. Etienne, I just think fits so well. Like, Cohen loves a good inside like zone run scheme, and it's just I like the fit there. I like Etienne as long as he stays healthy, just being the guy that they go to. I'm sure Tootin, like, I don't think that Tootin doesn't have upside, but I don't even know what's stopping this team from even extending Etienne if he looks good enough. So I think that Etienne is in a nice spot here. Next question, I believe, has to do with Mr. Jordan Mason. This comes from Jeremy. Is Jordan Mason the new #1 RB in Minnesota?
Well, so coming into the draft season, I liked him. I still thought Aaron Jones would have a little bit more usage, especially early in the year, but seemed to be clearly like a 50-50 type of split. So I wouldn't say Mason's the one, Like Mason had more carries, but Aaron Jones makes the impact in the passing game. I think both running backs will have value.
I agree.
If you took either of them, you should be, pretty happy because Aaron Jones fell too. Like
I was gonna say you didn't spend a lot of draft capital on either of these guys.
Yeah.
I will say I think I'm with you where I will say I think Jordan Mason shut me up a little bit last night. Like I was not as high on him. I thought that this, like, I didn't think it was going to be so 50-50 right off the bat. Jordan Mason is faster than I remember. Absolutely. And he runs nastier than I remember. Are they also able to now take off some of the workload from Aaron Jones and then down the stretch we maybe see a little bit more? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, does Aaron Jones get more of like the goal line stuff? I don't know. We're going to find out. I don't think is he the new, I think it's more of like a 1A, 1B thing than I'm not declaring him RB1 yet.
Yeah, totally agree.
The next one is from ZR_dude. James Conner owner. Trade Zach Charbonnet for Trey Benson.
I'm going to say no to that, even though I get it. Like you're concerned that, Trey Benson had a role right away. He looked good. He had that 50-yard run. But for me, like Zach Charbonnet played a lot in week 1. It's not like before. I was wrong on this. Like I was in the camp that would be like, let's see it on the field first if it's more of a committee. Because last year when Walker was healthy, he would get really a lion's share of the touches. But now it looks like a clear committee. And this is a case where I'd rather just hold Charbonnet and hope that he can maintain this flex value, maybe even high-end RB2 if he totally overtakes Walker. So keep Conner and hold Charbonnet. Don't trade him for Benson.
Yeah, I wouldn't either because I think even like if Conner were to go down, I think Charbonnet still has more upside than Benson does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every time he's had a main role, he's smashed.
Yeah, absolutely. The last one comes from Johnny. Bo Nix or Penix? Neither of those make me very excited.
Well, I mean, like with what Bo Nix did last year and how he runs a bit, I still have to say Bo Nix. Obviously, Bo Nix laid an egg in week 1.
Sure.
But I have to rank Nix ahead of Penix. With that said, like I'm not so excited because in taking Nix coming like throughout drafts because you had to pay up for his surprising rookie year. I could have just waited and taken like Drake May. It's like for me there wasn't as much of a difference that warranted the difference in ADP. So I would still rank Nix ahead, but Penix, especially in the playoffs, they got some great matchups facing the Bucks again and so on. I don't remember the others, but good matchups. So Penix could emerge as a streamer, but I like Nix more just because he runs.
Okay, one last thing on fantasy. That was the last question, but one last thing on fantasy I want to bring up because I don't think you and I had talked about this, but I know we were on the same page. Hampton and Najee.
Oh, yeah,
where are you at with Hampton?
Okay, well, everyone loves Hampton, but throughout the draft,
he didn't look as good as everyone is declaring.
So many people in fantasy love Omarion Hampton. I get it. Like he went first round, run heavy offense with Justin Herbert. He's a good player. But for me, throughout drafts, I wasn't taking Hampton in round 3 because I was always taking JSN in round 3 because I just love him this year. And I was taking running backs early, like getting Bucky, Chase Brown. For me, Hampton should have went like round 4-ish just because I don't think he's going to catch a lot of passes in the Greg Roman offense that usually they don't target the running back. And, I thought Najee Harris would play a little bit. Now, week 1, he didn't. It was all Omarion Hampton. But Hampton really was inefficient. Yes, the Chiefs' run defense is good. But, Najee Harris missed so much time throughout camp with that eye issue. So they clearly limited him in his first game.
Yeah.
Who's to say that Hampton's going to keep up that huge volume you saw in week 1? I don't think he will. Not to say Najee will make it an even split, probably 60.
He's going to be involved though. I don't care. I'm going to die on that hill. I don't think that Najee was 100%. I don't think that what I think is I think people are taking away from the fact that like Hampton didn't get all of that work 100% because they decided that that's who they want to get. Like Najee has been hurt and there's something going on with his eye still. So I think that it's more so like Najee's definitely going to eat into that like workload that he had. I'm not saying it's not going to be a 50-50 split, but I do think Najee at some point is going to be a little bit of a nuisance to people that have Hampton.
Yeah, totally agree. That's the whole thing. It's not like I thought Hampton would just be a total bust and just kill your teams.
He's
It's just
great.
that
I'm not.
I
Yeah,
didn't want
again,
to.
like I don't think he's a bad player by any means.
I just didn't want to pay up for Hampton. I could have got James Cook later,
Right.
and we already seen Cook do it. So
Yeah.
that was my takeaway. I was taking JSN at Hampton's ADP.
People get they were so people were very defensive about Hampton.
Yeah, they're really defensive on Hampton.
And I feel like you were either a Hampton person or a Henderson person is kind of where it was at. And whereas I was all Henderson from the draft. I would start drafting Henderson in May. It was going to be Henderson for me. And I'm not, I don't know. So that's where I'm at. I had to bring it up because I know that was one of the takes I saw. We both very much had this off season, and I'm going to stand my ground there a little bit. All right, Cap and Yap here. Thursday night football game. Your Washington Commanders, Green Bay, 3.5-point home favorites. Green Bay off a very nice, strong win versus the Lions. Where are you at with this game?
Should be a really good game. Should be close. I love how the Commanders took care of business in a game that looked like a perfect, kind of letdown spot. People were worried about the Giants pass rush. Commanders got it done. Love how Debo looked. Obviously, the Packers defense looked great. But for me, it's just if I had to take a side here, I like getting past the key number of 3 and get Commanders plus 3.5. I think this game will be, quite close. Not worried about Daniels' injury.
Yeah.
Should be a great game.
Is Eckler banged up or no?
Yeah, he's a bit banged up. Okay. I think he'll play, but hey, Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt looked amazing.
I know. I really wanted him to not look amazing just because everyone was so obsessed with him. But he is. He looked great. It's awesome. It's great. I know because I liked Eckler. I liked his receiving yards and his receptions. I took his receiving yards in the first quarter. I looked at that before we jumped on. It's down. So I feel less confident about any of those numbers. So I'm probably not going to give those out.
I did win on going under on Terry McLaurin receiving yards week 1. And the reason I did that bet was just because McLaurin with the contract dispute, he missed a lot of practice. I just feel like he'll have a slow start. So I'm probably going to take that again until we see him start getting going.
Yeah, but I had producer Ryan pulled my underdog entry for me. I originally had Terry McLaurin's yards, and then I had him take it out because I think if anything, I don't hate the longest reception number, obviously, because Jaden Daniels, he really overthrew that pass.
He had him there,
he did. That was pretty bad, but I think we could see some of that because they're going to want to get Terry involved. Does that mean he goes over his receiving yards? I don't know, but I could see him getting a long bomb, but that 54.5 is a little, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's get a 20-yard reception, and then we see, a little bit of something else.
Yeah. I mean, he could go over it. Just for me. I'm just going to, it worked in week 1, and I have this hunch that he's going to have a slow start. I'll just ride it again.
Okay.
But, because we've seen, sometimes these receivers, when they've held out, they get off to a slow start. Brandon Ayuk last year before the injury was really not doing much after missing so much time. So that's my reasoning there.
I took a look at Ertz. I think there's value there on his over 3.5 receptions at plus 100. His longest reception is 14.5 minus 120. He dropped two longer passes that he definitely could have gone over this number. I think it was 17 last week. Laporta had a nice day versus Green Bay. So I think Ertz, as long as he catches the ball, can also replicate that.
Yeah, I could totally see that, especially with, the Packers defense looking great. Probably get Jaden Daniels under duress and then just force it to quickly get out of his hands to Ertz. I like it.
Yeah. Ertz seems a little bit he's very much his security blanket there for sure. We're seeing him totally develop into that role. Any props that you looked at or bets for this game that you like?
Yeah, so aside from McLaurin under, let's just go with Bill, JCM, Krosky-Merritt. Looks like his rushing yards props around 40.5. He looked quite explosive. He was making plays. I think he could, especially Eckler, like we said, is a bit banged up. I think JCM could get over that. I like it.
Sweet. I looked at Tucker Kraft's longest and Jaden Reed's longest. I think Jaden Reed and Dobbs, you probably could flip a coin and decide which one you want to take. Their lines are set exactly the same. I went with Reed on this one, and I like Tucker Kraft as well. I think as the season goes on, we continue to just see Kraft more and more involved in that Green Bay offense.
I did have one idea. Just wanted to say before we move on, Matthew Golden maybe take a shot on his older receiving yard just because he didn't do much in week one.
I did bet it.
So, it's low. It's like 35.5. I kind of like that one too. I like getting a player who I was, targeting in fantasy, but had a slow week in week one. And then on props, we really have a quite manageable number, 35.5.
Awesome. Any other bets or any takes from week 2 that you want to shout out before I let you get out of here?
Sure. We can't wrap it up without talking a little bit about the Giants. I like taking the Cowboys this week.
Oh yeah, you have to.
I like taking the Cowboys. 5.5.
I got it at 4.5 actually.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why that number was hanging there for a little bit, but I would take this number up to 7.5.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be honest. There is no reason to take the New York Giants while Russell Wilson is playing. He's done. There is no more Russell Wilson in the tank. The O-line looks atrocious. Need Andrew Thomas back. Do I think the Giants probably I don't know. That was a rough game to watch. So
yeah, and plus, little other cherry on top, Cowboys longer break playing last Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. At home, Dak kicks our ass.
And the Cowboys played pretty well against the Eagles. I know Jalen Carter was out, but I mean, they did decently.
It didn't matter. There's one confident team that's going to be on the field on Sunday, and it's unfortunately the Dallas Cowboys. It's not the New York Giants. Now McFadden's out, which makes me think that Shane Bowen is going to continue to misuse Abdul Carter. It's not looking pretty. So I think, CD, I would bet I'd bet CD 100 plus yards. I would bet him to have a 30 plus yard reception. They should have a field day there. Probably that's why Javonte Williams, if you have him, I'm not putting him on the trade block this week. Put him on the trade block next week after he plays the New York Giants.
Love that call. Love that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let people know where they can find you, what you're working on, and then I'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, so you can find me on social at F Ammirante TFJ. I write for a number of sites, Rotoballer,
everywhere.
Fantasy Pros, just a bunch of sites that you can find my fantasy and betting content. Also tweeting stuff. Have a Substack for free, True North Fantasy, where I put my fantasy football rankings. And you can feel free to message me any questions for lineups or trades. And as always, it's a pleasure being on the show.
Always. You're the best, Frank. Yes, we'll have to get you back on. Maybe a little bit later in the season. Maybe when the Giants aren't as bad. They're going to be bad all season.
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
By then, Dart will be balling. All right.
I hope so. Gosh, I need it. See you later.
All right, later.
Underdog. I was just mentioning it. It's a great place to play Pick'em where you can win up to 500x your entry. Here's a Pick'em entry I like for Thursday night football. Came so freaking close on Monday Night Football. We were right there. Okay, Ertz longest 14.5 higher. Kraft longest 17.5. Person to get over or higher than half a sack. 6.5x your monies. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with code SMALLS. And we are also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Since Novig is an exchange, you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5. If you use promo code SGPN, get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. And now it's time for Extra Holes with producer Ryan. I wanted to give you an update. The NFL dildo count is now up to 3.
What? I didn't see that.
It is up to 3, and there is some type of crypto involvement. There is green dildo coin. I don't know. I didn't do full research yet I will get to the bottom of it with some nice journalism later. But
Can't
yes.
believe that I missed. What fields did the dildos end up on?
There was a
besides
dildo
Cleveland?
last night, and I don't know where the other dildo was. I didn't. There was another dildo. There was 3.
I'm just gonna cut out that snippet where you just saying, I don't know where the other dildo was.
I don't know where the other dildo was. Cleveland, Chicago. So I'm getting a Midwest vibe. What's up with you people, sickos?
Not surprising. Am I
Yeah,
right?
not actually the least shocking thing ever.
The least shocking. All right. We've got a new segment that I'm going to do with you. It's called Unnecessary Dumbness.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the 5 dumbest things that I've seen on social media from the week 1. Okay. So we got to start with it. You mentioned it yesterday, but we didn't have the video. The guy on the flag. And I'm going to play the video, and I've also added some music to it.
How?
I mean, I still don't understand how he got to the middle of the flag.
Also, how do you get like caught? And like, he's not like it's not like an infant doing that. It's like a larger, like not large, sorry, but like not a small human.
A full grown ass man is what you mean. Full grown
ass man.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why is he crawling? Why can't he run?
I think it's the American flag. I think he's being respectful.
Does that make it better to crawl across it? Like
I don't know. Like you're already fucking on there. Like just get off.
How the fuck did you even get on there? That's what I'm wondering.
Why are you on there?
I haven't gotten answers. I haven't gotten answers.
You need to burn MetLife to the fucking ground. That's all I know.
All right. All right, you sent me this as well.
Oh no.
I
kind of like it.
I feel like she's wearing Cam Newton's hat.
She might be, but she also might be kind of fucking. It's kind of fucking badass. She's like, I need to know who's bullshitting me, and I'm on the sideline. I think there's a lot going on here, though. Maybe we could. She looks like she belongs in a safari.
Yeah, is she on safari? 1. She's giving me Cam Newton vibes too, but also look how much stuff she has on her.
What is on there? I guess I'm wondering.
First, she's got the I don't know the walkie. Is she listening in to what the coaches are saying? I don't know.
She is because she wants to know if people are bullshitting her.
But do you like this look?
It's kind of me coded. Like I feel like that's what I would do. Like how do you know what these guys are like? How do you know who's full of shit and who's not if you're not like a part of like what's actively going on the field?
A lot of people were saying she looks great though on Twitter.
I mean, the hat is fucking ridiculous. Aren't they indoors too? Where did they play? Or were they in Miami?
No, they played in Indianapolis.
Yeah, like that's dumb. You didn't need the hat. Yes. That's just giving I'm rich. That's like, yeah, I don't know.
And the sunglasses. All right, we've got another video. Here we go.
I love
Cam Bynum's TikTok dance.
I love him with my entire whole heart.
Oh, you said whole.
Why did I say it?
With my entire whole? I feel like that was a Freudian slip.
Oh my God, it's been a long day. I've been up since 5. I got stuttered there.
I mean, I loved it. I feel like a lot of people missed that because they started tuning out on the Colts-Dolphins game when the Dolphins were utter trash.
I want to keep track of like all of his, because last year him and Metellus did so many fun celebrations. So I have to keep track of his this year. It's sad that they're apart.
Yeah. So I guess it comes from a TikTok dance. There's like
he's been practicing it since like 2015 or something. I saw.
Oh, really?
Like
it's
something.
Some trend from a
backwards
2011 film.
Yeah, that's it. 2011. Yeah, when I graduated fucking high school. That's crazy.
That was a thing back then.
I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't doing it, but
I could just see you doing that across when you get in your diploma, your high school diploma.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No.
Here we go. Couple more.
Oh, your mic just got so clear and perfect. That was weird.
Oh, did I just move it correctly?
Yeah, wherever it is, it needs to be like that all the time.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
I can lock this in.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. Everyone, I got some things to say. You don't fucking get. Okay, listen, you got to pick an alley. You got to pick a lane. Pick a lane. You want to paint your nails, support it. You want a pink phone, do it. This is egregious. We can't fucking do this. What is the fucking great? Come on. Get out of here with that. And also, when you look ridiculous, like the second half, you looked abysmal. And you have this dumbass why do you have a t-shirt on? Someone explain to me why do you have, I want to know why he has that fucking t-shirt. I need to know. That's fucking disgusting. At least wear a navy blue one for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, it looks like he last minute just grabbed a t-shirt and was like, I'm going to wear this underneath it.
But for what reason? Like, I need an explanation.
What is he in Pop Warner? I mean,
are you sweaty? Yeah. I don't understand it.
You can't have like a tight Under Armour something on under
Can
that.
You just dress like a football player? You fucking weirdo.
Right.
It's
yeah. Support the painting his nails. But here's the thing: if you act like you're into fashion, painting your nails, wearing cool clothes,
and know how to do fashion.
Yeah, you can't go out on the football field wearing that. That's ridiculous. All right, last one, and he had a great fourth quarter, but the freaking war paint that he's talking about, alter ego activated. He's saying, I kind of make this switch when game day happens. That's when the war paint comes on. It's like I'm ready to die on that field. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I was saying this yesterday. Like, I like JJ McCarthy as a player, but I find him.
I thought you were going to say as a friend. I like him as a friend.
I like him as a friend. I don't
in the
think
friend
I like
zone
him
with
as
you.
a friend. I find I don't know. He's kind of like a Russell Wilson Jr. with the like weird bullshit. Like with the like going to war with my okay. Like
he's got the
like,
same.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
quotes,
like giving
except
like
he's not.
Everything has to be a scripture. Like we get you. Like I can't do it. Like please just go play football.
Right, but he's not so Christian. He's more
no, he is, but he's like
he is, but he's got all this Eastern stuff. Like he quotes Japanese, like 17th century Japanese philosophers.
I don't know.
And he's doing extended meditation sessions and.
Does anyone know if he meditated yesterday? I'm actually really curious. Or was that just a college thing?
Oh, he's meditating.
Oh, you know what annoys the shit out of me? Is when he signs cards, like sports cards, he puts a smiley face. Like, please. Like, I don't know. I can't with that.
All right. That's unnecessary dumbness.
Unnecessary.
That's what
that was pretty good. The
last thing we should talk about. Any more thoughts on our against the spread picks for Circa Million?
Starting to not feel as good about. I'm kind of backtracking on the Bucks plus 2.5.
Okay.
Because I think the spread's probably set that way for a reason, and it's like, oh look, it's a trap. Take Bucks plus 2.5, and maybe this is just like. Texans offense just has to like kind of figure it out, which I know is asking a lot, but like at home, I don't know.
I'd stay away from that one. I didn't like it.
The Falcons Vikes game, like I could probably comfortably take the Vikings minus 4.5 at home, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I would consider it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. The Falcons played the Buccaneers tight though, but I guess we don't know how good the Buccaneers are really.
True.
I'm looking so far.
Definitely Cowboys.
We can
100%
both get on
Cowboys
board.
locked. I like Patriots. I'm not doing.
I was just gonna say the Patriots.
Yeah, fuck everyone. Did you fucking watch them? They're fucking god awful.
No, it was ridiculous. It wasn't even like they were playing
Tyreek
the same sport.
is like probably going to get moved. Like the aura there, like McDaniel's doing too much shed powder. Like I'm done. Like I just fucking can't. Like the guy's going to get canned. I don't know what he literally was just like, well, it can't get any worse. Like it fucking might be able to get worse, to be honest.
Did you hear Rex Ryan calling him Nerd Boy?
That's fucking hilarious. He's just someone like he shouldn't be a head coach. He shouldn't. He'll be fine going back. Like, go be a coordinator. You're just not. It's not. He's too like bro. Out. It's giving too bro.
Yeah, the team just seems like an absolute in shambles. There's no father. There's no dad there.
There's no dad. They need a father figure, and they don't have.
Yeah, one. They have like a weird uncle there watching over them.
Like drunk. I don't know. Yeah, I know.
Well, he's like, isn't he sober? I think he is.
Probably, actually. Yeah. But in my head, he is sober. You're right.
Okay, so
what else?
What about Broncos minus 2.5 at Colts?
Yeah, I'm taking that. Unless it closes, like if it starts I don't know. Yes. Actually, no. Fuck that. Fuck Daniel Jones against that fucking defense. Like, I like the Broncos still.
Any thoughts on the Steelers Seahawks?
No feelings.
No feelings whatsoever. Any feelings on
what is the spread on that game? You wanna know?
Steelers is -3.
I could probably get there.
Lions Bears.
I mean, that spread like 5.5. It's not like.
That's a pretty big spread for a divisional game.
The thing is, like, the Bears did definitely look atrocious in the second half, but they looked promising in the first half. Like, I was like, oh, wow, even Caleb was moving better in the pocket. He looked more comfortable. Ben Johnson's old team, so he does, like, know this team very well. Lions didn't look impressive, but I do also think, like, losing your coordinators week one, that's kind of how I expected them to come out. Did we expect them to come out guns blazing, losing their coordinators? Like, I just feel like that's very silly to have expected.
Right.
I don't know.
I feel like we should stay away from that game.
I don't disagree because it's divisional. That Browns-Ravens line is already moving. It's 10.5 now. Wasn't it 13?
I think I saw it up at like 14.
Jesus. I don't know.
That's insane.
It gets a little fishy after that. Raiders is kind of interesting at home, but it's Monday Night Football, so
divisional game. And the Chargers look so freaking good.
I know.
It's hard to take the Raiders at home. I mean, even though the Raiders are at home and looks great against the Patriots, I don't think the Patriots are. I don't know.
What do you think about the Chiefs?
It's Chiefs Eagles.
What is is the league really going to let them lose 2 games in a row?
There has to be a trend. I know we're not looking at trends, but there has to be a crazy trend about the Chiefs being an underdog at home and how often they've not.
It's probably been like twice ever. It's like with Mahomes at the helm.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you at? Then I'll ask you, what about your team? No.
I had a long conversation with my buddy who's a big Cardinals fan today, too. We talked for about an hour, and we agreed there's just a lot of moving pieces on the defense. I think that defense will be really good, but it's a very complicated defense, which they mentioned multiple times on the broadcast on Sunday. And I just don't think they have it all locked in yet. I don't think the Saints are going to look that good once. And that could be just because nobody has tape on the new offense that they're running there with Kellen Moore as head coach. So maybe that's why Rattler looks so good. But I didn't love how the Cardinals could not run the ball against not a great defense.
Yeah,
The only
it's
good
interesting.
run they had was Benson broke a 50-yard run. If they didn't have that, it would have been abysmal for their running numbers.
I wish Bryce Young looked a little bit better because I would be like, we're taking the 6.5 with the Panthers. But like Bryce Young didn't look great. So I don't feel like as good about that because he looked like putting him in timeout for Andy Dalton, Bryce Young. And I don't like that.
Oh, he totally did.
I wanted to look
the whole
like end of the season Bryce Young. I don't like what I saw out of him is the problem.
The whole Panthers looked like crap.
Yeah.
I would like to think that the Jaguars are good, but I don't know. It's so hard to tell.
Looks like we're gonna have some big decisions to make here. I'm gonna listen to SGPN, listen to Sean and Kramer, see what.
At least we've got a couple that we're agreeing on.
I feel like we were in a better spot than we were this time last week.
Yeah, we had 0 picks picked out last week at this time.
Yes.
And so at least we got the Cowboys.
We're doing better.
And we like the Patriots.
Yeah.
That was the other one. Okay.
All right.
And maybe the Broncos.
I like the Broncos. I'm fine with the Broncos.
All right. Well, we've got 3 that we're circling right now.
Cool.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. We will be back on Thursday with our beloved Anand. We love him. We'll do a lot of Cap and Yap, a lot of player props, and we will lock in our just don't bite yet. You guys are funny in the chat. But we'll see you Thursday. Like, rate, review, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll be back on Thursday. See you guys.
Stephie Smalls Show, sports gambling. Play some bets on winners and catastrophe. If you want to know where to put the money, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday is the place to be.